Let's talk about cookies and cream ice cream. Welcome back to Sprung On Food. I'm your host, Kae Sprung. This season, we're talking about favorite foods, the history behind it, and the role it plays in the world today. Joining me today is actor and writer Mitch Silpa. Mitch, welcome.
Hi, welcome to me. Thank you for having me. That came out weird. Thank you for having me.
Welcomes all around. I am welcome. You are welcome. Thank you so much. Everybody, I love it. I am very excited that you are here. You are a hilarious person. And also, I am very interested to hear all about your favorite food, cookies and cream ice cream. Tell me about your relationship with this food. Why is it your favorite?
I mean, it's sort of really interesting to me to even think, because I'm not like a person who, like my boyfriend's a big food, like he has specific foods. I'm not someone when you're like, what's your favorite food? I'm like, I like this and I like that. But when I was like really thinking about like, what's my favorite thing? Like, if it was my last meal, what would I want? I mean, there's a lot of things, but I mean, my ice cream in general is like something I can't turn down. Like I could be stuffed and like always have room for ice cream. Like it's such a joy. And I know that that's what I probably want as my last meal. Now, like cookies and cream, I don't remember the first time I ever had it. I do remember I remember like when chocolate chip cookie dough and some of that stuff, like cookies were being put in ice cream more. It seemed like that was becoming a thing. A friend of mine kind of shamed me and called it. Yeah, they're like, they called it like trash ice cream. Like and I'm like, oh, I guess I have trash flavor.
What do they like?
I don't even remember. This was like the 90s. I don't even remember what they liked, but I was like, so for a while, I was like, when I
you like ordered, embarrassed and self-conscious about it.
Yeah, when I'd order
going on the low, like cookies and cream.
So like going to a Haagen-Dazs and I'm like, can I get cream or chocolate chip? Like they were gonna judge me. It's so stupid, but
I love.
No, I got over it.
After years of therapy.
Yeah, years. It was very traumatic. I also love stuff with like sea salt, like ice cream with sea salt, and caramel has also been another thing that I will always love, like a caramel flavoring in ice cream, and or when I was a kid and I used to get those McDonald's sundaes. I mean, I've ordered them as an adult too. I always preferred caramel syrup instead of chocolate hot fudge. I love caramel.
I would agree with you on that one. Absolutely. Yeah, and McDonald's, their machines are always broken. Have you experienced? Have you not? Oh, you're very lucky. Have you not experienced that? I feel like every time.
I have.
I feel like every time you go in there, and it's like, not that I frequent McDonald's all the time, but they're kind of known for just always having their machines not working, and then everybody's like, what is this? This can't, like, they're machines, they're McDonald's, they can't buy a good machine. And allegedly, it's because the machines are very obnoxious to clean, and employees just don't want to do it, and so it's broken.
Well, the first job I ever had when I was 16 was at a McDonald's, and I worked there for a year. I think those things just broke. Now you're reminding me, because sometimes it wouldn't. It's all coming back to me.
Right now.
But I don't remember cleaning them. But I mean, that was, I think, other employees'
because your trainer told you they were broken.
I don't know. Or I don't know how often they were clean. I have no idea.
Oh,
this was a long time. I know. It's a whole other story. But that, and I also love their shakes.
Aside from McDonald's variations, is there another brand or ice cream shop that makes cookies and cream that is your ultimate fave?
No, I wish I had an answer for that.
You love them all.
I love God, this is like so basic, but I love Ben and Jerry's.
Yes.
Like I love Ben and Jerry. I still get Ben and, like those little pints. I love it. I've gotten better. I used to get Haagen-Dazs all the time. I've gotten better. Years ago, I would sometimes, it would be like a feeding frenzy, like a shark feeding. I'd start it and I would have to finish the entire pint. And I'd be like, regret it like
Oh, no.
in about 2 hours. Like if I was going to bed, I'd be laying in bed going, why did I do that?
Oh,
But my
no.
God, it felt so good while it was happening.
I
I'm
mean,
better
yeah.
at stopping now. Like I'm
Oh,
better
good.
like
Self-control.
at least
Okay.
I'll eat half. There is a flavor of ice cream I'm not into
Okay.
because they
Well,
reminded
yeah.
me. I've never been into strawberry ice cream. It doesn't
Fair.
it and it also bummed me out when my mom would buy that like Neapolitan ice cream that
Sure.
had all three because I just wanted the vanilla, the chocolate. I didn't want to deal with the strawberry. Never was
Your
into
your
strawberry.
mom looks at the tub and it just has like a strip
Yeah.
like taken out from the center. It's like,
But
what's
I
the
like
point?
this is a weird thing. I don't mind strawberry frozen yogurt. Is that weird? I don't like
Oh,
strawberry ice cream. I don't know
what
what that's about.
I don't know. I wish I was like a neuroscientist to be able to decipher.
I'm like, I wonder if I have, this is really like analysis, so thank you very much. But like, I wonder if I had, because I haven't had strawberry ice cream in years, just because I think I don't like it. But I wonder if I had it now, I'd be like, oh, it's actually fine. It's pretty
Do you
good.
think that this
I might try it.
conversation might inspire you to try it?
I might actually
Oh,
go. I have to
it's
go out
very
and
exciting.
after this and do some chores. I pick up some strawberry ice cream
Oh my God, put
and
it
have
on
it
your
tonight.
list.
Put it on my list.
All the most important to do things. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, while we are not here to talk about strawberry ice cream, we are
Right.
here to talk about
Cookies and
cookies and
cream.
cream. And so, to better understand and appreciate our food, we've got to know where it came from.
Yeah.
Let's rewind to the late 1970s when the world was introduced to disco, Star Wars, the prototype for Apple computers, the development of insulin for diabetes patients, and the delicious creation of cookies and cream. Cookies and cream ice cream, also known as cookies and cream with an apostrophe N, is a beloved variety of ice cream that features chocolate sandwich cookies mixed into a base of vanilla ice cream.
I'm drooling.
Oh, okay. Well, buckle up. We have more to go.
Also, isn't it interesting that it was invented around the same time as just randomly insulin? Because it would be terrible if you had diabetes. Anyway,
Yeah,
a
I
side
think
thought.
they may have been working together. We don't know.
Who knows?
Most versions include crumbled cookies from Nabisco's Oreo brand, often under a licensing agreement, or similar cookies from other brands. Now, who created cookies and cream ice cream? Well, if you're into mysteries, this is your ice cream whodunit because there are several competing claims into
Ooh.
this invention. South Dakota State University maintains that in 1979, the flavor was born in their dairy plant, courtesy of plant manager Shirley Sees and students Joe Leadham and Joe Van Treek. Sees was looking to come up with a new ice cream flavor. There were ice cream shops that would put crushed up cookies on the ice cream as a topping, so why not do it as a mix-in? He told the two Joes to head over to the grocery store and buy as many Oreos as they could, which basically cleared out the store. Back at the plant, they crushed up all the Oreos and added them into the vanilla ice cream base. They called it Oreo ice cream because they were better ice cream makers than marketers. Well, luckily, the head of the department's daughter was a lawyer, and when she learned of the flavor's name, she quickly schooled them on the concept of copyright infringement. Not wanting to risk any ice cream legal issues, they swapped the original name for cookies and cream with the apostrophe N. Mitch, if you had to come up with an
Wow.
alternative name to Oreo ice cream that isn't cookies and cream, what would it be?
I was going to say creamy chunks, but
Oh,
then I
oh
stopped
boy.
myself because it sounds awful on so many levels.
Yeah, advertisers would probably not be thrilled
No,
about that
no,
one.
cookies and fun. That's
Cookies
so
and
bad.
fun.
That's not good. I need more
No.
time.
I mean, it's better than the Chuck one. I like it.
Can I just? I'm like old enough to remember 1979, and
Sure.
I was a kid, and I am like you're bringing back like memories of stuff because it used to be like when you. I mean, there was always like Baskin Robbins, but there used to be out because I'm in LA and I grew up in LA, and I don't know if this was a national ice cream, but there used to be an ice cream place called Swenson's, and
Ooh, maybe
Swenson's
regional.
it was Swenson's was like more was better than my memory than Baskin Robbins, and they would like kind of like have these like flavors, more flavors than 31 flavors. And I remember in the late 70s when Swenson's had it was the first time they had bubblegum ice cream Bubble gum,
Oh,
and they had, so you had bubble. Oh my God, when I was a
do you love
kid,
bubblegum? Oh, okay.
oh, I mean, we're talking about a child, but like,
Okay, okay.
what more do you want? You get an ice cream in a cone, and then you take bubble gum out of it so that when you're done with the ice cream, you have more. It was
A
heaven.
snack and a snack.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just had a memory of that, but I remember Swenson's
Yeah.
ice cream. I miss it so much. It was the
Oh,
best.
well, that was a lovely origin story for cookies and cream, right?
Yeah.
However, others also stake a claim into inventing cookies and cream ice cream. Malcolm Stogo, an ice cream consultant, asserted that he developed the flavor between 1976 and 1978. Bluebell Creameries in Texas began mass producing cookies and cream ice cream in 1980, and while they don't claim to have invented it, they often credit themselves as pioneers of the flavor. In fact, Bluebell applied to trademark the item, cookies and cream, in 1981, but they don't currently hold the mark. Other contenders include John Harrison, the official taster for Dreyer's and Edie ice cream, who claims he invented it in 1982, and Steve Harrell of Massachusetts Harrell's Ice Cream. Even United Dairy Farmers chimed in, stating that one of their earliest flavors was a groundbreaking mix of vanilla ice cream and Oreo cookies, which became an instant classic. Now, if we just look at the date, it doesn't seem like it would be hard to tell who came up with it first, right? But because timelines are so close together, these might just be the dates they claim to have invented it and not the actual dates of invention. Mitch, if you were tasked to become a cookies and cream ice cream sleuth, how would you go about figuring out who came up with it first?
It seems like you would first start with the earliest claim.
Okay,
Like
yes.
there was that one gentleman who said it was like 76. Is that
Mm-hmm.
what he said? I
Yes.
think you would have to go back and like investigate that. It
Right.
it also is really tricky because it feels like when they were putting toppings on it, like it seems like a natural thought that could have hit more than one person at once. It doesn't seem like, if your job is to invent flavors of ice cream, that it would be an unnatural progression. Like it
Right.
seems like I could see it hitting people around the same time. Maybe somebody thought of it in 76, and then somebody in 79 also thought of it and didn't
Right.
know about it in 76, and it was just kind of like, it seems like, oh, instead of putting Oreo cookies on top, mixing it in, seems like that just would be a thought that a lot of people might have. It'd be really tricky.
We don't know. They also didn't have internet back then, so
Right.
word wasn't spreading as widely as it would today. So
No.
who's
Unless
to
there were
know?
spies,
You nailed it. That's it. There
That's it.
were
There was like
ice cream spies.
yeah,
Mystery solved.
that's it.
Well, regardless of its true origin, with all these people claiming to have invented it, cookies and cream captured the public's imagination and taste buds. By 1983, it had skyrocketed in popularity to become one of the top 5 selling ice cream flavors in the United States. Well, sometimes it's the most simple ideas that become the most popular. Take some chocolate sandwich cookies and throw them into vanilla ice cream. Not exactly earth-shattering, but definitely a winning combination. Figuring out how to make ice cream, on the other hand, now that's pretty clever. Before cookies and cream came along, ice cream itself had a rich history. Early versions of frozen treats date back to ancient China around 200 BCE, where mixtures of rice, milk, and snow were enjoyed. These early ice creams were luxurious and rare, often reserved for royalty or special occasions.
Wow.
The concept of frozen desserts spread to Persia, where ice was mixed with flavors such as rose water to create a refreshing treat called sharbat. By the 13th century, Marco Polo is said to have encountered these delights during his travels in Asia and brought the idea to Europe. In the 16th century, Catherine de' Medici introduced frozen desserts to France when she married King Henry II. She didn't just bring her dowry, she brought her team of Italian chefs. These culinary powerhouses came equipped with a secret weapon, sorbetto, a frozen dessert made from sweetened flavored ices. The French court had never seen or tasted anything like it. Suddenly, frozen treats became the height of sophistication, delighting the aristocracy and embedding themselves into French culinary tradition. Meanwhile, back in Florence, Bernardo Bontolenti, an architect and designer working for the powerful Medici family, was proving that creativity wasn't limited to buildings and stage sets. Legend has it that in the late 1500s, Bontolenti whipped up a rich, creamy frozen dessert for the Medici banquet, made with milk, honey, eggs, and a splash of wine because, okay,
Sure.
this precursor to modern gelato was an instant hit. Today, cream Bontolenti remains a beloved Florentine specialty and a testament to the city's gelato making skills. And fun fact, if you've ever bought a pint of gelato from your local store today from the brand Talenti, the name pays homage to its original creator, Bernardo Bontolenti.
And I love Talenti.
Do you?
I
Do they
love Talenti.
have a cookies and cream variation?
I
They probably
don't know
have
if they
a
do.
caramelly one, right?
They definitely have a caramelly thing, and they definitely have things with chips in it. I
Yes.
don't know if they do. They might be too classy.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's a write-in and request
I
what the
gotta find
people
out.
want.
Okay,
You
when I
have
go
to
in,
find
when I
out.
go to a store and look for the strawberry, I'm gonna look at Talenti and see if they have cookies and cream.
Yes,
I mean, we
unless
can also just Google it too.
it's true. All those things, but maybe the in-person quest is more exciting. I'm not sure. It also depends on how much time you have. So that's
True,
only
true.
you can answer that one.
That is true.
Based on
I'll
some
find out.
you stay tuned. Well, in England, cream ice became a favorite at banquets, and recipes began appearing in cookbooks by the 17th century. The 18th century marked a turning point as ice cream made its way to America. Thomas Jefferson, a known foodie, was a huge fan, even creating his own recipe for vanilla ice cream and helping to popularize it. Would you have ever guessed that Thomas Jefferson helped put it on
Never.
the map and had his own recipe?
No, and so is it saying that he kind of invented vanilla ice cream?
No. He just
Did I
kind of
miss it?
helped to popularize it here in the
Got it.
States because
Yeah.
he went overseas and he brought back on another episode. No spoilies, tune in and listen to that one. But he appears in another episode bringing food back to the States that he enjoyed as well. So he was kind
And
of,
if the musical Hamilton is correct, what I learned from that, wasn't he sort of like a little bit bougie? Like he would go to France and come back.
yes,
Yeah, so he might have picked up some of that stuff and like brought it back.
this is precisely what he did. He
Yeah.
would go enjoy the finer things there and say, "Hey guys in America, guess what I've been having? You've got to experience this too." And
Yeah.
that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That makes
you can find this recipe online. It's a very classic, basic vanilla ice cream recipe, but
Yeah.
he had to partake.
Yeah. Thank you, Thomas.
Well, as technology improved, ice cream became more accessible. The invention of insulated ice houses and hand-cranked ice cream makers in the 19th century revolutionized production, allowing the dessert to spread far and wide. The Industrial Revolution truly brought ice cream to the masses. Factories could produce it in large quantities, and inventions like mechanical refrigeration kept it cold. By the early 20th century, ice cream parlors became popular social gathering spots, solidifying its place in everyday life. Mitch, what do you think about the backstory of a little bit ice cream, but also cookies and cream ice cream?
I think it's so interesting that how long it's been around or some iteration of it. And you mentioning that ice cream parlors, ice cream shops, like the beginning of the ninth, yeah, you said the beginning of the 20th century that started ice cream shops and how that sort of evolved. And like when you even think of like the 1950s and they had those like the soda shops and,
Yes,
soda jerks and things like that. And there's such joyful places, or at least I think so. But like,
absolutely.
yeah, I think that's, and then what it's sort of evolved into now, which is just like, different. Well, at one point it was just like a few, like 31 flavors, but now there's so many. There's obviously still Baskin Robbins, but there's all these like higher end ice creams,
Yes.
like they've gotten so inventive, the flavors.
Yes.
So, I mean, maybe that's what kind of like brings them back into like vogue is that when they reinvent themselves, they come out with the new things. And maybe, when cookies and cream came out, because that was like, it started to get more creative. I think ice cream started to
Yes.
get a little bit more creative then, because it probably for a long time was just like vanilla,
Hmm.
chocolate, strawberry, and then it was like chocolate chip and then mint chip but like cookies and cream probably sounded like, what is this? They're putting cookies.
Chaotic.
I mean,
Yeah.
I obviously got very excited putting bubble gum in ice cream,
God
but
bless.
which is really kind of dangerous when you think about a child could just choke on that. It was stressful. Sure, it happened.
Well, beyond the traditional scoop, cookies and cream has inspired countless spin offs in both food and pop culture. In 1994, Hershey's introduced their cookies and cream candy bar, which is very much still around 30 years later. The Adventures of Cookie and Cream is a PlayStation 2 game made in 2000 and later got a Nintendo DS version in 2007. It stars two rabbits, Cookie and Cream.
Oh,
In 2008, there was a movie called Cookies and Cream, but it has nothing to do with the ice cream flavor. It's about a single mother who takes a job in the adult entertainment industry in order to take care of her daughter and herself. Mitch, have you seen this movie or played this video game before?
I watched the movie on a loop. No, I've never
Do
even
you?
heard of the movie.
Fabulous.
Is her name Cookies and Cream?
Nope. I don't think so, actually. No.
Or is that the mother and the daughter's name?
Do you know, in reading the synopsis, it never makes mention, and I just didn't. Maybe for additional research, I shall watch
Find out.
it. But
I don't wonder
yeah,
who was
I
in
kind of
it.
just took it at face value, and I was like, all right.
Cookies and Cream.
Yeah, so I don't know what the inspiration for the name is, other than that's the name of the film.
And I don't know the video game at all.
Sure.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm so curious about the movie Cookies and Cream. That's gotta be the name of somebody.
Okay.
Or the act. It's Cookies and Cream.
Maybe you should have written this instead.
Maybe I will.
Grab yourself a pint of strawberry ice cream, watch the film, report back with notes.
And write it on a sugar rush. I'll write it in script.
Ooh, I'd love a comparison of the two after that.
Yeah.
In recent years, cookies and cream has continued to rise in popularity, even starting to challenge the OG classic vanilla. In 2019, it was the most searched ice cream flavor in 14 states. Between 2018 and 2022, volume sales of cookies and cream surged. Mitch, can you guess what the percentage it rose was?
Sir, I'm going to guess over 50%.
Okay, well, by Price is Right rules, you win, but it actually rose by an incredible 72.6%.
I didn't go over the retail value of the.
Have faith in your favorite food.
I was actually gonna say 70%. That's weird.
Oh, were you?
I got
you should have
scared
followed
and
your
I didn't
gut.
want to appear stupid.
No. You're in the ballpark. And for vanilla ice cream, it saw a decline of over 6%. And let's not forget about all the other cookies and cream flavored products, from coffee creamer, protein bars, popcorn, cakes, cookies, cookie butter, and even Pocky sticks. How do you feel about cookies and cream flavored other products outside of ice cream?
Great.
Oh, okay, good.
Everything. Keep making
good.
it everything. Put it in pasta.
Okay. Reminds me of like the movie Alf a little bit.
God, yeah.
Yeah, that would be your Christmas pasta.
I'm doing my
cookies and cream
pasta.
Chef's kiss.
Yes. That's trash.
But that's
trash.
Okay.
But I would like to try it.
Well, social media has no shortage of ways to discover cookies and cream treats, with over 1 million posts from the hashtag on Instagram alone, and thousands upon thousands of cookies and cream variation posts. There are even bakeries and ice cream shops around the country with the name Cookies and Cream. Mitch, do you have any other pop cultural moments or final words about your favorite food, cookies and cream?
No, but can I just say, this is a side comment because I've been thinking about this for a while we're talking. Okay. I also love, this is a major question. I love cookies, ice cream sandwiches. Okay. I mean like cookies, 2 chocolate chip cookies, and in between it, like whatever ice cream you want.
Oh, is this like something that's was packaged, or you would go to an ice cream shop and get this, or you make this on your own?
Okay, when I was in college and I would one of my favorite things to eat back when I would get high with my friends
Yes.
would be these chipwiches. They
Yeah,
used to have these chipwich
fabulous.
ice cream. Right.
Yes.
You'd get them at like 7-Eleven or wherever.
Sure.
I mean, they were like the
In like
ice
an
cream
ice
wasn't
cream case, like the slide, right? And it
exactly.
has like all the different individually,
Exactly.
the good humor bars and all that. Yep.
It's not good, but
Oh, okay.
it was
It's
at the time.
nostalgic though, right? I haven't had it in a
100%.
minute. Does it not hold up to
Well,
like
I
the
think
memories?
that it's not like great. I look in a crunch, it's heaven.
Sure,
But
sure.
like it's not like great cookies, and it's not probably great ice cream. There's
Gotcha.
a place in because I'm in LA. There's a place in Westwood, which is like where UCLA is, and it's been there for I don't even know how many decades. And can I say a name of a place? It's called
Shout them out. If
it's
they're great,
called-
shout them out.
They're the best. It's called DD Reese.
Okay.
And
Shout
one of the
out DD
greatest
Reese.
things about them is they've kept their prices so cheap for so long. Like it used to be like less than $1 to get an ice cream cookie sandwich. And I think they've raised it a little bit, but it's still pretty cheap because it's like it appeals to collagen, but it's like it's so like it's still so good. Like I'm thinking about, and they have different chocolate chip cookies that they make them homemade there, and I think they make their ice cream there too, like fresh.
How the heck do they make it so cheap then?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know. Maybe it's a front for something, but it's like it's
Maybe
so
not wrong.
it's no. It's
And now we've shouted them out. People are going to go investigate now.
No, it's really the best. Like, are people into like? I'm asking you, like you know everything, but you
I
maybe
might.
do. Like,
Try
is
me.
that a thing that people enjoy? Like, they're ice cream sandwiches with 2 cookies and then ice cream in the middle. Is that what it's called, an ice cream sandwich?
Yes.
So, like,
People
is
love
that
that.
a thing that like people like love?
Sure.
I think they should have that in more places.
Well, what about this? What about 2 like oversized, and maybe this is, you bring this back to your favorite spot, and because they're making everything homemade apparently, 2 homemade a la
I might have
Oreo
gotten that
cookies.
wrong, but I think that's right. They make it homemade.
We'll give them the benefit of the doubt for this one, or any other ice cream place out there that wants to do this. 2 chocolate cookies a la Oreo-esque, filled with cookies and cream ice cream. Is this something that you've had? Did we just make something up?
So you're talking about
I'm just trying to give you your ultimate snack.
No, so the outside of it you're talking about is basically like an Oreo
Correct.
crusted sandwich type thing. And then I don't know. I think when I'm eating like cookies and like ice cream in the middle, there is nothing that's gonna top I would call it the bread part of it because it's the outside of it.
Okay.
Then like a chocolate chip cookie to me is like but the middle might be cookies and cream.
Okay.
But it might be too much of a hat on top of a hat to have like cookies and cream and then more Oreo. It might be too much.
Too much.
I might be wrong. It might be fantastic.
Right. There's only one way to find out.
There's only one way to find out.
You could do, you have so many things on your to-do list after this. I don't envy you, but they kind of sound fun.
And it doesn't all have to be done in one day.
Whenever you have time, you have to carve out that time for the movie. It's okay.
Right.
You'll make it all happen.
There's still time.
Yes. Well, Mitch, thank you so much for joining me to talk about your favorite food, cookies and cream, and helping me share the story.
Thank you. It was so much fun. I realized I could talk about this longer than I realized.
We'll have an episode part 2.
Great. Perfect.
Thanks for watching. You can find links and more info in the description below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. See you next time.